Good evening, I'm Brendan Purdy. This is CTV News at 5. Tonight, teachers respond. We hear from local educators ahead of their return to the classroom. Plus, breaking down Bill 2, a closer look at the Back to School Act that ended the teachers' strike. And Oilers unveiling the oil to don their new alternative jerseys tonight against Utah.
CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Brendan Purdy.
Thanks for joining us. In just over 12 hours, students and teachers will be back in Alberta classrooms, marking an end to the 3-week teachers' strike. The province's Bill 2 ordering them back to work and imposing a contract passed early this morning. CTV's Connor Hogg is at Jasper Place High School this evening, where it's going to be a lot busier tomorrow than it has been for these past few weeks. Now, Connor, what are you hearing from teachers about this legislation?
Well, Brendan, teachers are telling me that the reality of the situation they're in is starting to set in. Tomorrow, they will walk into classrooms all over Alberta and be professional with their students, despite the strike ending without the Alberta Teachers Association getting what it wanted.
Yesterday was a hard day for teachers in this province, and we have to recognize that, and we have to honor those feelings.
ATA President Jason Schilling says Alberta teachers have put everything on the line for 3 weeks and are unhappy with the way the strike ended.
The government just chose to legislate them back and to strip away their rights while doing it.
We're going back to the exact same thing, the exact same conditions we left.
Teachers Stephanie and Jeremy LaRose say they're excited to see their students again, but some of the reasons they rejected the province's last contract offer still exist. Class sizes will be too big, and while the province promised a task force to tackle the issue, they question how effective it will be.
How often are they going to meet? What is going to be the configuration of people on this task force deciding where the funds should be allocated?
The ATA says the province needs to include teachers as partners, not participants, and there is work to do to rebuild relationships.
The government is going to have to work on some trust issues, obviously, because my colleagues right now are not going to fundamentally trust what government has to say.
Teachers for too long have worried about being the vape police, have worried about being party planners, have worried about coaching and doing everything else. And maybe parents just want us to teach.
The LaRoses say Bill 2 will force teachers to uphold extracurricular commitments for the time being. But next year, they say some teachers may choose to rethink the amount of time they spend on things they don't get paid for. They expect to feel conflicted being back in the classroom.
Make it the safe space and the welcoming environment that we always do for our students.
I'm a social studies teacher. I'm supposed to go back and talk to my students about freedom and rights and all of this when mine have been trampled on as a teacher. That's going to be kind of tough.
The ATA says that teachers will be making up for lost time in the classroom and that decisions like reducing the number of PD days or the length of breaks in November and December are up to individual school boards. Edmonton Catholic has already postponed any professional development days that were scheduled to take place between tomorrow and November 17th. Brandon?
Thanks for that, Connor. That's CTV's Connor Hogg live for us this evening at Jasper Place High School. While teachers and students will be back in school tomorrow, the Alberta Teachers Association plans to fight Bill 2. Unions and the opposition NDP say the government's use of the notwithstanding clause could further erode workers' rights. CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports.
If they're so proud of their legislation, then let us debate it. Let us speak.
The opposition delayed as long as it could, using all 3 hours the government allowed for debate. But early Tuesday morning, the legislature ordered teachers back to work.
Bill 2 is passed.
The legislature legislation overrides teachers' constitutional right to strike and imposes an agreement on the union through 2028. It cites a section of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms called the Notwithstanding Clause that prevents legal challenges to the bill and limits strike or lockout rights.
It's a matter of allowing government to remove people's rights as barriers to their own policy agenda. That's something we haven't seen anywhere in Canada.
Mr. Speaker, we respect teachers' rights to strike. You just witnessed the longest education strike in Canadian history.
I'm comfortable that the kids will be going back so that they can have that routine, have that structure, continue with their academics and their social development.
The government shows no sign of backing down, so the teachers' union is bracing for a battle, though its lawyers are still analyzing what is possible given the limitations.
We will leave no stone unturned to try to get government to reverse this decision that they made to invoke the Notwithstanding Clause.
President Jason Schilling says he's getting supportive messages from unions across Canada. One political scientist says in the meantime, it's up to Albertans to pressure the government to change course.
That's where we're at right now. We're at does Alberta care about removing fundamental rights that are enshrined in the Charter?
Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Now, Alberta has used the Notwithstanding Clause once before. That was back in 2000. The Progressive Conservatives used it in relation to the federal government's Marriage Act. The Supreme Court eventually ruled that it wasn't applicable. This Thursday, teachers may be facing empty classes with no kids to teach, as students across Alberta have organized a large-scale walkout to protest how the province ended the strike. The movement started with just a few schools and has now ballooned to more than 30. That includes schools from Edmonton, Sherwood Park, Fort Saskatchewan, and Calgary, amongst others. Organizers say they're standing in solidarity with their teachers.
We are the future doctors, future lawyers, future politicians of the world, and if we don't have a stable and healthy learning environment, then we will not be successful.
The walkouts range in scale by location. Some are scheduled for a couple hours, others through the majority of the school day. Some students will hold a sit-in option where they will stay in class but refuse to do any schoolwork. The Forever Canadian petition asking if Alberta should remain a part of Canada has overwhelmingly surpassed the 300,000 signatures that it required. CTV's Amanda Anderson reports the citizen-led petition is now in the hands of Elections Alberta for verification.
Thomas Lukazik unloads the final 2 boxes containing Forever Canadian petitions signed by Albertans who want to stay part of Canada.
We're proud Albertans, and you know there's a faction of the society out there that wants to take that away from us. They want us to leave Canada, and that's not going to happen.
There's just no question that Alberta is an important part of Canada, and to have that questioned is really threatening to us.
Lukazik and thousands of volunteers set out in August to collect the 294,000 signatures needed to initiate a possible referendum.
In a short period of time, 456,365,000 Albertans have decided that our future, Alberta's future, lies in Canada.
About 164,000 more signatures than needed.
Albertans have awoken. They have found their voice.
The petition is a first for Elections Alberta under the Citizen Initiative Act.
So the process that we have in place at Elections Alberta is to walk through each of those signatures and ensure that they do meet the Citizen Initiative Act.
They've hired and trained 100 people to cover shifts 7 days a week to work in pairs for accuracy. Once verified, it goes to a legislative committee for review, who will make recommendations to government or suggest a referendum go ahead.
We're asking the Premier to do the right thing and ask Alberta MLAs to vote on this issue and put separatism to bed once and for all.
CTV News reached out to the Premier's office for comment. Alberta's Justice Minister replied, congratulating the group for collecting so many signatures, adding once it's verified, they'll decide how to proceed under the legislation. Elections Alberta now has 60 days to verify the signatures. Results will be released to the public in early January. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
A neighborhood in Mill Woods is coming together after sparks from fireworks ignited a house fire last week. The family's garage and car were torched by flames, and a neighboring house was also damaged. Edmonton Fire Rescue Services estimates that the fire caused about $175,000 in damages. Now, while waiting for insurance funds, homeowner Travis Kramer started a GoFundMe.
You know, donations range from like $10 and to $100, and you know, and one gentleman, I'm going to try to locate him. He donated $500 to my family. You know, I don't know what to say to that. I just kept for thank you from the bottom of our hearts. That's all I can say.
Kramer and his family were told that it could be 6 months before they're allowed to move back in. Members of Edmonton's Jamaican community are trying to stay positive as the country is hit by Hurricane Melissa. Making landfall as a Category 5 storm, Melissa is the strongest hurricane to ever hit Jamaica. Local business owners are struggling to get updates on family members back home. One says it's hard not knowing what the full impact of the storm might be.
We keep listening to the news, every update, but it's gonna be really bad. I remember 1988 Gilbert, I was 10 years old then, and it was bad. And this one is like Category 5. Gilbert was Category 3, this one is 5, so it's gonna be way worse.
The U.S. National Hurricane Center estimated winds of 295 kilometers an hour when it first made landfall earlier today. All right, Josh Clausen joining us for a first look at weather, and going to start over with Hurricane Melissa. Josh, not out of the woods yet, even though the hurricane just making landfall today.
Yeah, and the eye of that hurricane is now pushing north towards Cuba. You can see the eye right there. There's still going to be several hours, if not days, of significant rainfall and wind. You could see 3 feet of rain by the end of tomorrow in some areas. And for anybody that's looking for information from family members or friends in that area, it seems like communications have been lost there. So it's going to be a little while till we start to get fresh video coming off of that. This is now going to target parts of Cuba as a Category 4. 7 degrees here in Edmonton right now after hitting 8 for a daytime high today. 6 in the Mayo. You get a 5 at the International Airport with fairly light wind. 8 will go down as the high, so 3 degrees warmer than average and 3 degrees above average for the morning low today as well. So we stayed just above the freezing mark. So what it looks like outside right now with the CTV drone, and it's been blue skies pretty much all day, but the clouds now starting to spill in from the west, and it'll be cloudy for the rest of tonight with the chance of some scattered showers either overnight tonight after midnight or early tomorrow. Back further to the west, you've got some snow already starting to pop up in through portions of the foothills. Look at that system there. That's what's shoving all this cloud cover as well as the rain our way. And it will be rain, if anything at all. It's not going to be snow for the Edmonton region. We'll drop to about 2 degrees tomorrow morning. Could see the gusts pick up a little bit through the overnight period. Chance of a scattered shower in the morning and then partly cloudy and back into double digits tomorrow with a high of about 10 or 11 degrees. Let you know how long those double-digit temperatures stick around in just a few minutes.
Thank you for that, Josh. Just ahead, a restructured recruitment. The Golden Bears hockey alumni finding ways to bring players to the U of A.
We want to make sure that we help the team and we help the university get word out about this amazing program.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
You're watching CTV News at 5.
Welcome back. The Edmonton Oilers will debut their new alternate jersey during tonight's game.
I like them. I think they look great.
Tonight's contest against the Utah Mammoth will also honor military members. Proceeds from the 50-50 will go to the 4-Wing Military Family Resource Center located in Cold Lake. The team lost in overtime Sunday against the Vancouver Canucks. Now coming off his 800th career game, hard to believe, Leon Draisaitl spoke about his team's slow start so far to this season.
Yeah, I think the last 2 was better. Still think we got a long ways to go to to get to where, our expectation is.
Puck drop is at 7:30 tonight at Rogers Place, rather. Some University of Alberta Golden Bears alumni are teaming up to help their former program. New recruiting rules for college universities have some Canadian players heading down south. As CTV's Manisa reports, alumni are challenging hockey players to look at Edmonton, asking the question, do you have what it takes to be a Golden Bear?
Rick Peterson sits in the stands at the University of Alberta's Claire Drake Arena. Long gone are the days when he suited up for the U of A.
So I played on the Bears between 72 and 76, rather, and we won the Nationals in 74, 75.
He's now sharing his experience with a new crop of players.
This is more than just a winning team. These are values that are going to stay with you all your life, and this is a winning attitude that's going to stay with you in every single thing you do.
Golden Bears alumni have launched a social media campaign aimed at junior hockey players.
We're saying, you got what it takes to be a Golden Bear, right? Do you have what it takes to be here and to be part of what we've built here?
The initiative comes after the NCAA changed its rules regarding recruiting and now allows players in Canada's 3 major junior leagues to compete at American colleges.
There's going to be a lot of players, I think, initially that want to give NCAA a go, no matter what. But I think there's also players, especially local players, that may want to come back.
One of those players is Aiden Yakimchuk. The defenseman spent 3 years playing in the NCAA before signing with the hometown team.
Just playing in St. Louis area, it was kind of a trek to get out there. So it's nice that they get to come out to a few games and I get to play in front of my family instead of just on TV.
Peterson hopes players realize the grass isn't always greener on the other side of the border.
We want them to come here and be a Golden Bear and stay a Golden Bear all your life.
A hockey bond that can't be broken even after hanging up the skates. Manisa, CTV News, Edmonton.
Still to come, pump up the people. Inisfail eyes a new pump track in their community.
To have these 2 tracks in close proximity that will both be draws for Albertans.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
The city will swear in its new mayor and city council. What you need to know, plus how big of a problem are porcupines in our city and how to avoid you or your pet getting killed.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
All right, so Josh Clausen joining us now, going to give us a look at weather. But Josh, yesterday was really miserable. A great day to be inside to watch.
You didn't like yesterday, hey?
No, I did not. But it was a great weather to be inside and watch baseball until nearly 1 in the morning. Today, a bit of a different story. Do you think you could handle another 18-inning game tonight?
Oh, we got to go like 27, I think. 27. I don't work in the morning. What do I care? Take a look outside right now. Action Furnace River Valley Skycam. Action Furnace fixed right it's free. 7 degrees. We hit 8 for a daytime high earlier today. Lots of sunshine through the first half of the day. Now some clouds sliding in from the west. It's 1 in Fort McMurray and Peace River. So cooler across the north and the northeast. There is still some snow on the ground as well in parts of northeastern Alberta. 6 degrees to the south in Red Deer. There's some fresh snow coming down in through the foothills and mountain parks. We'll see more of that through this evening and overnight tonight. Out ahead of that area of low pressure. The low itself won't come through, but it will spawn a secondary low on the eastern side of the Rockies, just off to the east of the Edmonton area tomorrow morning. Here's some snow overnight tonight around Peace River. This is around 2 a.m., so overnight or early tomorrow morning, no guarantee, but a chance of a few scattered showers in and around the Edmonton area. Best bet's going to be further to the north where it's more like snow as opposed to rain. This may actually be some accumulating snow for parts of north and northeastern Alberta. By lunchtime tomorrow, really looks like most, if not all of this precipitation is well east of the Edmonton area. So if we're going to see anything at all tomorrow, it's most likely early in the morning, then some sunny breaks through the afternoon hours. Roughly Highway 16 south, it's showers. North, you get rain, snow mix, and then some wet snow as well. By tomorrow afternoon, still under a mix of sun and cloud. There's a slight chance you might see a little sprinkle Wednesday evening, but I've left that out of the forecast. Really not going to amount to all that much. Thursday, partly cloudy skies, and temperatures a degree or 2 cooler than what we'll get tomorrow. -4 in Fort McMurray, -1 in Grand Prairie. We'll be around 2 degrees here in the city. 2 for a high in Fort McMurray tomorrow. There's a chance of snow around Fort McMurray. Rain, snow mix for Lac La Biche, Cold Lake. And then as you move further south, more like showers than snow. Highs 5-degree range. Grand Prairie, Slave Lake. Closer to 10, though, for Whitecourt, Edson, Jasper. About 12 or 13 in Red Deer, and with some rain in Lloydminster you're up to about 5 degrees for a daytime high. Temperatures will drop to around a degree or two overnight tonight. You get a chance of a scattered shower tomorrow morning, and then 10 or 11 for a daytime high. So a nice little rebound to temperatures, a couple degrees warmer than today's high of 8. I think we're back to about 8 on Thursday, though. And for Halloween, mixed sun and cloud. That cloud cover thickening up late in the day. Chance of some showers that may turn over to a little rain-snow mix late afternoon into the evening hours. Decent temperatures, though. 9 degrees for Halloween, 9 or 10 as well through the weekend. Don't forget, time change this weekend. Clocks go back 1 hour early Sunday morning. As far as temperatures for next week, 5 to 8 degree range for daytime highs, which is still slightly above average.
All right, thank you very much for that, Josh. The Rotary Club in Inisfail is looking at a new pump track for adrenaline seekers. It wants to build a snake line pump track to replace the town's old and unused BMX track. The course, for anything with wheels like bikes or inline skates, uses gravity to help you gain momentum. The project is estimated to cost north of $1 million. Now, the Rotary Club is working to collect federal and provincial grants while also raising some private funds.
It's pretty cool just for local tourism, even to have these two tracks in close proximity that will both be draws for Albertans for sure. So hopefully it brings people to our community.
Construction for the track is expected to be completed in 2027. Still ahead tonight on CTV News at 6, the Edmonton Chamber of Commerce releases its State of the City, where it says we're doing well and where there's room for some improvement. Also, the province wants to use strong and free on its new license plates, but the slogan might not actually come for free. We'll tell you why. Now, after the break, a spooky season spectacle. We visit a local Halloween castle.
It's gotten bigger every year. I'm not sure how we're going to top this one.
CTV News at 5 continues.
Programming brought to you by Bucks Auto Parts. Rebuilt, recharged, ready. Learn more at bucksautoparts.com.
A family in Northeast Edmonton is taking Halloween to the next level.
The wind howled and the bats swore.
Bull stands on the front lawn of Dave and Tammy Iwanik's home in northeast neighborhood of Beacon Heights. It took the couple 7 weeks to build and decorate that spooky display. The castle is more than 6 meters long and 3 meters high.
It's gotten bigger every year. I'm not sure how we're going to top this one because it's pretty much the whole front yard.
The way their eyes light up and, it's like in awe and amazement. And the kids are like laughing and enjoying themselves and having fun. That's Halloween.
The couple is asking trick-or-treaters for food bank donations to enter the castle. All right, that's all from us on this Tuesday evening. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back with you tomorrow, same time, same place. National is next.